Hey guys, and welcome to our weekly Switcher Studio broadcast. As usual, I am Angela, and I am here with...
You're here with me, Dan. Sorry, I'm running the switcher setup today, so got a lot of things going on.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of fun for you guys, a little bit of interactive tutorials to kind of show you guys some of the things that we're mentioning a lot on the support forums and in the groups. Now, one thing that's come up a lot is how to bring someone in from a remote location.
Got a lot of things going on.
Where, let's say, well, we have a lot of fun for you guys. You want to interview someone interactive tutorials to kind of obviously all of these Switcher Studio devices have to be on the same Wi-Fi network. So that kind of cross-country action is not going to work well. And what we've recommended is to bring someone in on Skype or Google Hangouts or something like that, and then to put it on a Mac computer. We are working on a Windows version for release later in the year, but right now just for Mac. And what you're able to do is to use our free software SwitcherCast, which is a screen sharing software, and that way you can bring in that person remotely. And we've actually got that going on today. Nick is at the Social Media Marketing World Conference in California, and we're going to bring him in on Skype and show you guys just what this looks like.
Yeah, say hey, Nick.
Hey, what's going on? We're here in sunny San Diego. It's been raining, so it's I'm a little bummed that I'm in a conference today. I really want to be outside. So can you all hear me okay? Is this working out?
Yeah, I think so. I got you coming up.
Great.
Coming in good.
So Social Media Marketing World is all about business marketing, and they're talking about using Facebook and Twitter and content and landing pages and how you can engage with more people and grow your brand and your business. And what's really cool and kind of surprising is a lot of the sessions are about live video, how to use Facebook Live in particular. So we've seen sessions on engaging your audience, how to grow your audience. Actually just got out of a session about Facebook video ads. And they're talking about shooting on your mobile phone, not needing special hardware. So it's really cool to see kind of the overlap in what's possible with Switcher Studio and where marketers are looking to try and drive views and build their audience. But it's been a great show. We got to meet some really cool people. Dave Basulto from iOgrapher is here at the show. So they make the cases with the handles. And then we also met up with one of the users in our user group last night, Gus, from up in Baltimore, and he was able to bring some people out. So got to talk about some of the new things that we're working on with Switcher and learn more about their setup. So Gus works at Johns Hopkins University with their social media team, and they do a lot of video on campus and have been using Switcher for the past 2 years. So really, really good to meet Gus here at the show and talk more about what they're doing. We also had a really cool conversation with some guys that are doing video for law enforcement and using it within their public relations and announcements about things happening in their community. So they're going to start using Switcher for some of their broadcasts, and really excited to see what they start pumping out. But it's been an incredible show. We've learned a lot, and I'm really excited to be able to come back with the team and talk about this and put together some information that we can share with you, our viewers, and our Switcher users. So I'm probably going to sign off, need to get back in here and catch the next session. But thank you all so much for having me, and good luck on the show.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. I don't know if anybody's talked to Nick recently, but you can hear he's starting to get his voice back. He's kind of had it gone for a month or so now. So glad you're feeling better.
Been rough. I probably talk too much. I think that's part of it.
Well, yeah, Nick, you get back to it. Thanks for joining us, and I'm going to go ahead and throw back over to Angela while I take down the Skype call.
Sure.
All right,
so
take care.
Again, that's just an example of what you can do. It's great for interviews or anytime you need someone in a different location to be brought in. Again, we recommend just Skype and Google Hangout, but any kind of program where you can pull someone up onto a Mac like that, that'll work just fine using SwitcherCast to put in the Switcher Studio. Now, one other thing we want to talk to you guys about today is scheduling Facebook events. We've gotten a lot of people interested in that and even some confusion with it. Of course, you can always, stream to Facebook the normal way through the Switcher app, which is just opening up the Switcher Studio app, creating an event by selecting the blue arrow next to Facebook. You can do your title, your description, your privacy, and then when you hit record and broadcast, you go live. And that's great for spontaneous things. You know, it's great to just go live randomly. But there's a lot of users who have routine events, such as how we do our weekly broadcast. We have people doing, you know, weekly announcements, weekly meetings, especially for churches, the weekly services, which are known in advance. Even just a large event that's known in advance, like a concert or a wedding, you can advertise that a long time out. And Facebook has a great technique for that. You can actually pre-schedule the event up to a week in advance, and you can go ahead and put the title, the description, and it just goes right on your page, event, anything like that. And the good thing about it is anyone who sees this pre-scheduled event, they can hit a button to get a notification 20 minutes before you go live. So if it's 7 days out and they want to see it, they can go ahead and remind themselves to be notified. And that way, when it comes time for the event, they're not going to think, oh, wow, I missed it. I forgot about this event. You can also share that very easily, either you yourself or the other viewers who are fans of your events. And that way that word gets out there so much more easier. Another good thing about it is you set this up using custom RTMP. So when you set this up through Facebook, they give you the server URL and the stream key. By setting this up, you actually have some more advanced controls by using your dashboard. And then when you go into the Switcher app, you're able to select the custom RTMP, hit record broadcast, and it goes directly to that pre-scheduled event. And just since that is a little bit more of a complicated process, I'm going to throw it back over to Dan, and he's going to show you more of that setup. And again, this is the same way we do with pre-scheduling our events for every Friday.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and after we do this, I'll switch over to our, let me get back to our main page here, and then I'll bring up our Facebook page as our source. All right, so if you're looking to schedule a Facebook Live event, what you're going to want to do first is make sure you're an admin on that page or group. I do believe it's only pages and groups can schedule right now. But how to do it is the first thing you're going to do is come up here to Publishing Tools and click on that. On the side you'll see Videos. You'll choose your Videos tab. And then up in this upper right here you'll see the plus live. So that'll come up. It'll give you your server URL and stream key. Those are the things that you're going to use to plug in. Let's go over to the switcher page. So like let's say I wanted to, here's our one for today, you know, like so I'd put the server URL and stream key right in there for that broadcast. And then once you have that set up, you'll hit next. And it's going to ask to go live right here, which you could do, or you can schedule the live. So click on the schedule the live down there, and now you can choose your date, choose your time. Once you have it all done, you're good to go. And what is really cool about that is you can set up, let me discard this, let me cut back to us now. So yeah, that's the basic for how you're going to do it there. What's cool about it is you can start your stream earlier with Switcher, and you're not going to have all that stuff beforehand. You're going to start immediately when that scheduled time happens. So for instance, today we connected with Nick about 5 minutes before, made sure everything looked and sounded all right, and then we went live. And of course you all didn't see that because it wasn't on Facebook, but if I go back and look at my recording that we did here on Switcher, that would be there. So yes, that is the basic rundown for how to do to schedule event on Facebook Live. Something else I guess we can go over quick is if Angela, if you want to
Sure.
swing over and grab the other camera, I'll key that up. We can have her undo that, and I can show you all here if you want to bring it in. So here's the setup that we used for the Skype call, because that can be a little confusing at first. So let me kind of bring my mic around too. How we're doing that is, of course, we've got our mixer here. This is just a Yamaha basic mixer, nothing too crazy about it. And we have our audio inputs coming in and then out to the iRig. So how we're doing this is we have our mic here. So that's just the shotgun mic pointing at the two of us, and it's coming into line 1 here. And of course I'm bringing up my master there, gaining it, making sure it has phantom power enabled because this mic does not have a battery built into it, so we need to add the phantom power to it. And then of course we have here on 3, we just have a 3.5 millimeter, like the headphone cable coming out of the computer and then into the 1/4 inch input onto our mixer. So that's channel 3. I turned that down just so we don't get any more audio loops from Facebook or anything going through. And then the way I was able to hear Nick and talk to him is I have headphones plugged in here. You could do this through Switcher, but you're going to get that 6-frame delay, and that can be a little annoying at times. And then, of course, we have the 1/4 inch stereo out into XLR right here, into the lightning cable right here. So that's just a quick rundown on how we did that part. I guess if you have any more questions, you can tell us. We do have some articles up on that, and I did just write an article about scheduling Facebook Live, so that'll be coming very soon as well. I think that's all I have. Angela, we'll let Angela get set and come back over here and join us on the couch, and then we can
the party back up.
And then yeah, I don't know if anybody had any questions. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Pull up our stream just to see if anybody had anything to say. Aaron, hey, thank you, man, for says he just promoted Switcher. Awesome solution. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Brian, does Facebook start the event automatically? Yes, it does. It does start the event automatically. I think. Let me see. Let me read the rest of this first. Let's see. My guest is running late. I'm not ready to go live. So you can go in and change the scheduled start time, and that will notify your followers, if that makes sense. So if you, let's say your guest was running late and we start this stream at 2 p.m. Let's say they didn't tell you until 2:05 or whatever, and the stream started, then you would have to make a new event. But if you caught it beforehand or knew that they're going to be late and when they'd be in, you could go in and into that. Here, let me, actually, I'm not sure if I can pull that up right now. But yeah, you'll be able to go in right where it says the go live there, and you can change the time right there before you go, and your viewers will get notified beforehand.
And that's really important to remember as well. As we mentioned, it goes live automatically. So when we set this up, we usually actually hit record broadcast on Switcher, usually about 2 or 3 minutes before to make sure everything's working. But nothing is shown on Facebook until we hit that start time, which for us is 2. However, they do mandate that the stream has to start within 10 minutes of the scheduled time. So if you do know you're going to be running late or someone's going to be running late, make sure to change that time if possible, because once you hit that 10-minute mark, they're going to cancel your broadcast, and then that link that you've been advertising and that other people have been advertising is just going to be dead. So make sure if you have any way of knowing in advance, move your stream if you need to. Don't hit that 10-minute mark. And Facebook will actually give you a reminder at the 5-minute mark, hey, you've got 5 more minutes to get this started. But that's just one thing to watch out for. Make sure, it's going to know to start at the scheduled time. Make sure you don't let that linger for too long, though.
So yeah, I do believe that's going to be all the time we have for today. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, especially to see, a little bit of what's going on in sunny California right now. But again, with the Facebook scheduling, we do this every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific. And as always, if you guys have any questions, if you're watching this later on, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and we'll be happy to get to those after the stream.
Yes, absolutely. All right, everyone. Until next week, we'll see you later.
See ya.